Hey there, welcome to Sea Power. This is Operation Atrina. This is a slight palate cleanser before I continue on with the Bota campaign. The K-299 has managed to reach the North Atlantic Ocean and evade the Yankee ships. We're now blocked in the Davis Strait. The Americans have probably spotted our ships. The objective is to pass through the strait. We don't know American intentions, so we must remain on guard. 2 Tu-142s from Cuba will tease the American ships and obtain a good cinematic view for the Admiralty records. A support ship, Dawn, is about 100 kilometers to the north in case of submarine failure. I'm not sure if this little thing is going to be able to salvage a submarine, but okay. An intelligence vessel, Okian, has been in place for several days to track US ship movements. Your objective? Try to track a Yankee SSBN. That will be interesting, because those are typically quite quiet. So what do we have? Okian in the lead. Comrade Commander. We're detecting strong military activity. We've probably been spotted. K-299 managed to reach North Atlantic. Yeah, okay. So I got one Tu-142. We're going to activate our surface search. And see if anybody wishes to talk. So that I can immediately discard any neutral contacts, or use them as additional options for concealments. 2 whales. Surfaced whales, that is. Okay. Now, we're looking for a Yankee SSBN. Yeah, right. This Belknap's neutral, for the time being. So is the Adams, and so is the Ticonderoga. The Okian, well, for now, might actually be posing as a general merchant. As for my submarines, we're going to go to a head 1/3. If we're looking for a Yankee SSBN, I don't want to give my position away with these extremely loud Soviet boats. This Dawn over here, I don't know, is whale spotting as well as trailing this merchant. This is a submarine tender, rather defenseless, outside of just trying to help submarines. So the submarines will try and have to defend this thing. Now, what do we have here? Something coming in at 12 knots. Talk, no response. Anyway, we wanted to take some cinematic shots for the Admiralty, so that's what I'll do. We do have another Tu-142 up there. Oh, Russian aircraft, Russian aircraft. You're approaching US Navy ships on exercise. Leave the area immediately. Let's ignore them, comrade. Rather, let's take a picture. New ESM. Agrees to comply. There's a trawler. It's not like I can really do a whole lot against the Belknap. Beyond smile and wave and maybe drop a sonar buoy on their heads. Well, I guess I could try and strafe them with a 23mm. And these, well, they're just anti-submarine weapons. New passive contact, 7013. Which is where? That's a surface unit, it's 7006. Over here. With the Tu-142 going this low, I don't actually have any radar. So let's put you back to 6000 and re-establish contact with those units. Russian aircraft, you're approaching US Navy ships on exercise. Last warning, we open fire. It's a bluff. Let's continue. Let's go wave at the American crews. I think this Belknap's just gonna have one look at me with Seawiz and go just knock this aircraft out of the sky. Line to the left. These things have a turning circle of a small truck, so... Unfortunately, an aircraft the size of this thing isn't going to go lower than 200 feet. American ski. Gentlemen. Hello. Shall I drop a sonar buoy in front of them? Just to tease them a bit more. I wonder if they'd really shoot me. I wonder. I also don't really know what the American ships are doing here. Like, what is the exercise? What's the job? Hold on, was I gonna drop a buoy or a torpedo? Okay, a buoy, it says P, not T. That would be a bit bad. Russian plane, you have not obeyed the orders. You are now considered hostile. Woo, Belknap. Stand down. Hostile C, hostile C, hostile C. Sonobuoy deployed. Well, while we're here, I might as well start dropping more sonobuoys, because we are, after all, looking for an SSBN. Which I imagine is somewhere closer to these ships. And hey, if they're now hostile, that means they're fair game too. I do have the 65-76. These are great big size torpedoes, but they're a little bit slow. Sorry, no, they're not a little bit slow. If I launch them now, they're going to take a half an hour to arrive. Which is not likely to work out that well. Ticonderoga, current course 294. Speed 12 knots, so in about 2 hours they'll be there. I'm going to go there. The Adams has also turned hostile, but interestingly, they're not actually shooting me. So, as long as they're not shooting me, I'm going to just stay where I am. The Belknap definitely has the capability of shooting me, especially as I'm outside of the minimum range. I wonder what's going to happen next. The Belknap might be turning a little hostile, as this Tu-142 is getting a radar warning receiver. You can see that the Belknap's fire control radar is pointing in my direction. I also saw some missiles being retrieved. I don't know why they're not actually launching, because they definitely got range with this ship. But they're just not really using it. They got 80-mile range. My altitude is pretty high, at 6,000 feet, so I'm pretty easy to detect and eliminate. But hey, as long as that Belknap isn't too aggressive, I don't mind it. As for the Tycho... What? Oh, we did get killed off. We did get killed off by an SM-2ER. From the Belknap, so I guess they're not as friendly as they appear. What I find interesting is that this Tu-25, sorry, Tu-142, is so low that it's not actually getting detected. It is not possible for the Belknap to hit this thing, and that's because it's flying too low. Radar can't pick it up. So hey, as long as I keep dropping sonobuoys and flying low, I should be fine. The reason I'm dropping sonobuoys is because everything's pointing in this general direction. I got all the submarines going in that direction. I have the American ships going in this direction, so something is going to happen in the middle. That's why I'm dropping buoys here, because I thought, well, I don't know, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll find an American SSBN there. Of course, those things are quiet. And we might need to be a little bit more patient. And, I don't know, eliminate some warships first. We have a new submarine right in front of us. This is the Q298. We have a new contact at 2 miles. Depth. 5-7 feet. It's like they're going periscope depth. I am currently above the layer. What? There's... What? Okay. This is gonna be funny. I also have a Ticonderoga closing in, but thankfully the Tychos can't really help. Unless they send a helicopter over. I don't know what is what. But I'm going to shoot basically the whole magazine, so all the torpedoes. And then run TF away. These are 35 knots. They got better range. But I don't care about range, I care about speed, because these do 48 knots. And these 35s can potentially be outrun. Depth. 14 feet? What are you, surfaced? Hold on. I know this is not exactly what the camera's designed for, but... Where are you? Oh! Okay. Nice try. I guess that's really not the camera. What the camera was designed to do. I almost torpedoed a whale. A submarine doesn't go to 6 feet. Ugh. Nasty. Almost had me. Okay, what I do have here then is the K244 with a ship at about 10 miles out. I'm going to go to above the layer. Interestingly, these ships are, from what I'm well, at least from what I can tell, is the Peterson, they're not using active sonar. You don't hear that characteristic pinging. So, as long as these guys maintain course, and they're not pinging, and they're doing decent speeds without a towed array, which they do have, but they're not using it, that means that this Spruance is fair game. I just need to detect it. And that seemingly is a challenge. I was wondering, how the hell did I get snuck up on by 2 submarines? Nope, 2 neutral whales. As opposed to killer whales, I imagine, but okay. How are we not detecting this thing? There you are. There you are. Alright. So, above the layer. I'm gonna shoot a wake homer at it, because a wake homer does 50. The, actually, an ASW... No. I got a use at 80, which could go for it. But the range for that isn't great yet. Send a wake homer. Oh wait. Also send a wake homer at the Adams. It's not great. It's not great. Turn east. Go deep. Go deep. Go deep. Oh. That's not great. That's probably a helicopter. And if that helicopter is doing that... No, it's at 3,000 feet. It won't be dropping a torpedo from 3,000 feet. It won't. K298. After you've recovered from your heart attack, we're going to throw a torpedo at the Ticonderoga. Send it. We're going to change course. Head west. This guy has maintained a steady course 278, so I'm expecting them to maintain that plan. And these guys is going to continue to run for 50 knots until they run out of fuel, or until they detect a wake. These are carrier killer torpedoes. They're 65-inch, as opposed to... sorry, 65mm? Let me look that up. 6576 is a 65 centimeter, not inch, a 65 centimeter torpedo is 25-inch torpedo. They can definitely pack a punch, because they're substantially larger than the torpedoes that you normally send, which are 21-inch. That's the 533s. You can see they are either retrieving or launching a helicopter. Retrieving. That's good. No towed array. As I went deep, I went below the layer, so I'm not able to detect the warships anymore. The primary objective, however, still eludes me. The primary objective being a couple, or at least one, American submarine. As for dealing with the Belknap, she's not quite in range. I have her on visual from the Okean, and either they don't know that the Okean is not what it appears to be, or they're ignoring it. Either way, I can just perfectly maintain visual contact on the Adams and the Belknap, so that was perfectly fine. And that allows me to lay an ambush with the K524. Capable of again using the Wake Homers, the Test 71s, and the USAT 80s. And yes, I imagine the Corunt too, but I've never actually, I think, successfully used one of those. So let's see what these torpedoes are going to do. Because this warship is, well, not really minding their sonar too much. At their own peril be it. Torpedo is now dangerously close to that ship. And it is now searching. It's a Wake Homer. Doesn't use... That was a torpedo. Doesn't use... No, actually a noisemaker. It doesn't use an active seeker. It doesn't use a passive seeker. It just looks for where the wake is. And the wake is actually going to get bigger. So, in some, well, weird way, they're kind of making my job easier. Because now it's going to go wiggle, 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 and find the wake and go, hold up. That's the ship. Normally, when you see a torpedo coming your way, you kind of want to be anywhere else, but aside from that, you just run away in the opposite direction. With these things, essentially you stop. If you stop, a Wake Homer isn't going to get anything. It doesn't have anything to attract itself to, and that means it's just not going to do anything. And I have defeated many a Wake Homer like that. So the Peterson here just got completely mauled. Potentially will be destroyed by that hit. Looks like the damage texture is a bit sharply cut off there. The other Wake Homer still on track. Let's go above the layer for a second. Ticonderoga also looking to get hit in about 4 miles. These things are nice and fast. 50 knots. Very good stuff. Now, that noisemaker definitely won't save you, because it's just not generating a wake. I understand that it's the standard method of these ships to try and defend themselves. Yep, there goes the Spruance. Peterson is no more. It's the standard way to defend yourself, but it's not the best way to defend yourself. I'm thinking, once I have dealt with the Ticonderoga, the Peterson, and this ship down... Oh, it's following. The ship down here, maybe I can even switch to active sonar and start looking for my ultimate prey, the Yankee SSBN. And you can see that this Wake Homer 2 has acquired and is going om nom 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 nom. That's a nice wake you got there. And seeing as these things got so much explosive power, there isn't that much that they can do. Now, if the AI would actually be bright enough to start dropping soda buoys, you could definitely take evasive action. All you need to know is that there is a torpedo coming. If you know, you just turn the opposite direction, you cut your engines, you let your wake dissipate, and you're done. You're perfectly safe. As that is not what they're doing, they're finding themselves very much at the mercy of these torpedoes, when it really wasn't that hard to deal with them. There you go. The Adams... This is the Richard E. Byrd, has also been eliminated. Now, all I need to do is eliminate the Adams and the Ticonderoga, and yes, the Belknap eventually, but the Belknap itself really doesn't do much. They got a range of 6 miles, and of course they can vector a helicopter over, I imagine. But I'm thinking of going active sonar on all of these submarines, and see if I can find and dig out that American submarine. In which case, maybe the Tu-142 can once again close in. But we do have to eliminate the Belknap before that happens. At this point, I think... Yep, it's acquired. It has acquired. Ticonderoga is now aware and going, no, 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 no. Yes. Sorry, dude. You might be a fairly pretty ship, but this is happening. I don't think I've ever successfully evaded a Wake Homer either. Because once they latch on, it's extremely difficult to get rid of them. Sometimes with zigzagging you can do it, but most of the time it's just GG, such as for this Ticonderoga here. Ticonderoga here is going down by the stern. Yep, she's gone. Okay, so that's 3 American warships done. Still gotta get rid of that Adams. In a situation like this, normally I wouldn't shoot another torpedo, but hey. I can, I got range, and it's not like this torpedo is gonna find the wake of the Ticonderoga, because by the time it gets there, there won't be a Ticonderoga wake. And quite possibly, the whole Ticonderoga will be gone anyway. So that allows me to then lock on to the Belknap a little later from now. And eliminate that too. As this other carrier killer approaches the Belknap, this is most likely going to be the 5th American ship that I've sunk. And that means the helicopters are now going to be fair game. I got 2 units which can engage those helicopters. One is the Dawn, but in order for this guy to close in, that'll take a while. But I also got the plane. And that'll be more interesting, because the plane can kind of do strafing runs with its tail gun against that helicopter there, which is more or less hovering over the 524. There you go, that's a noisemaker that just tossed into the water. Unfortunately, too little too late, and I don't even have to lock onto a wake, because I already got you right on your port side. And that is the ship instantly demolished. Okay, so that means we can start Yankee search. Active sonar. Active, active. Interesting. Despite pinging, I'm not picking anything up. Layer 287. We're below the layer. You're above. No, you're below the layer as well. You're above the layer. Switch to below. You're presently above the layer. You're going to go to below. You're going to go to above. Because apparently below the layer there is not what I'm seeking. Now, it's once again safe for you to make your presence known. So we're going to go back to 1,000 feet. We've got a surface search. I'm not sure if that means we'll be able to pick up the radar. Oh, sorry, the helicopter. Might need to do a visual on that. Where's that SSBN? I've sunk 5 warships. Yet I haven't found an SSBN. Not even with active. What's the range on active? 30 kilometers. So if this is working as advertised, 30 kilometers is like about 21 miles, I think. So arguably, we can see / hear all the way around these range circles. Well, shit. We now have problems. Serious problems. I have been made. And I got 3 Mark 46s coming at me. That's interesting. 3? 3 means that we have something way different on us in the form of an Orion. Because a helicopter doesn't throw 3. Pursue. Whatever the hell that is. But I think it's an Orion. I'm launching Corons in 3 different directions to see if maybe it'll fix it, but I think we're screwed here. Yeah. Hit. I don't think we're going to survive that. Damage is moderate. Flooding is slight. Propulsion's been knocked out. Yeah, I don't think that these things are remotely interested in those MG44s. So they're just probably not doing anything. Now, our Mark 46 has almost no range, so whatever's out there is almost on top of the 298. That's where we need to go. That's what we need to take out. Yeah, you've been hit again by a Mark 46. That's probably the end for you. Moderate hull damage, moderate flooding now. And there is a 3rd Mark 46 circling, and that also hit us. Right on the bows, knocking out most systems, but not even destroying them. So you're saying it could have been worse? Interesting. Ah, there you are. Got him on visual. It's a P3. It's a P3. They did manage to get the 298. I'm doing 435 knots. You're not as fast. You're doing 265. Alright, we're going to pass in front of him. I have a range of a mere 1.4 miles. It's not a whole lot. So we gotta somehow find that P3 gets... I don't think we're gonna... I think we're gonna fly past it. I don't like how you're going directly for me. Course 236. It's like they know exactly where that submarine is. Go very deep, ahead 1/3. We need to neutralize this guy soonest. He's about to probably murder this submarine. Changing course 235. Go get him. Of course, this is not what a TO-142 is designed to do. But I have done it before. 224. They've closed their bomb bay. Okay. Altitude. Increasing to 2,000 feet. We're up to 3. Where's that plane? Right now we should be able to... There. Should be able to see it. Hello. Hello. So I gotta bypass him. And then use the tail gun. Because the tail gun can only shoot when I have passed the aircraft. He's changing course. Pursue. Pursue, pursue, pursue. Hello, comrade. Allow me to show you the error of your ways. Open fire. Amerikansky bastard. Alright, that's one warrior less to worry about. Job well done. Thank you very much. Now, I still don't know where the American sub is. I don't really even know where to start searching for it. So, well, as we got a couple of sonobuoys, maybe just spread it out in front of the submarines as we have them. Especially here. Because this area used to be the hunting grounds of the 298. But I'm not seeing anything. So I'm going to sort of gap this, or close this gap for now, using those sonobuoys. And see if the 244 can close the distance a bit faster. Because then I can have more submarines closer together. Got a surface ship there. Talk to me. Neutral trawler. Okay, you. No response. The Okean is still around. Not like I got too much to do for them. They have already proven themselves to be very useful, though. Because without that Okean, I would not have been able to keep an eye on those American ships. At least not as easily. That's the trawler. Maybe they can fish for submarines. We asked them nicely. A lot later, the 524 picks up a new contact, which is coming in a hurry. This thing is doing 18 knots at 350. I'm doing 5 knots, and we have him at 15 miles. That means that even a U-set is not going to have the range, nor is the Test 71. I need to wait until this guy closes in, if I want to use the submarine, but I have the Tu-142. The buoy network here didn't actually yield anything, and yes, when I was laying sonobuoys, I accidentally threw a torpedo. Not what I was hoping to do. I was wondering, why are there attack waypoints? Well, that's why. I'm going to classify this thing as hostile. Definitely a nuclear boat. Confidence growing. Is this what we're looking for? Because we were promised an SSBN. SSBN running at 18 knots, though? I'd say that's not very typical. Now, I got a couple of ASW torps. Range 5.5 miles, speed 40, so they're fast enough. Longevity could be a problem, though. The way that those torpedoes... Oh, crap, we lost him. Where's the layer? 314. I'll stop. We're gonna make it as quiet as possible. There he is again. To remove noise from the own submarine. 350. The layer is where? 314, so he's below the layer. I'm gonna throw one passive buoy on top of him. See if that will pick him up. Because that might be enough to at least give me some more indication as to what we're fighting. Then we're going to do a pass. And we're going to attack him. Because whatever that is, it's not Soviet. Which means it is not my friend. Looks a bit aggressive, but that's just the sonar buoys that I'm dropping. Do we have him? No. We don't have him. Oh, now he's coming up. Great. Okay, so we're gonna go and throw an active buoy, as I have substantially more of those, right on top of him. If this truck wants to turn around. I really want to have more information as to where he is before shooting him. I was worried about that. You cannot make that turn. I need you to come up, go above the layer. Just vertically. No forward movement. Can we find this guy with an active? Buoy away. Negative. Last known, depth 110. Buoy's 3 miles out. Okay. I don't like this gap in my lines. Thankfully, if he's still heading in the same direction, I should be able to acquire him with the active or the passive buoy soon enough. Let's see if this will catch him. Buoy away. Nothing? Really? Where is he? Surely you're not that sneaky. Again. Intermittent. One. And another one. And then pass southeast. Where is he? One. Two. Got him. There he is. He's now doing 5 knots, which is why the passive buoy isn't picking him up. He is, however, going down again. Gotta get some distance on him first before this Tu-142 can turn around. Go. 280. We still only have him on active, I assume. Yep, only on active. Alright. Let's give him 2 torpedoes. See if that'll fix it. It's doing 5 knots. Whatever American submarine this is, it most likely has the ability to use a total ray. So I would be very surprised if he's not able to see that coming in. Gotta take up screenshots. There we go. Right on top of him. That's not necessarily a good thing. 0.36. Depth 280. We're gonna come up. There you are. That's an LA. He knows. Speeding up. 8 knots. 9. 10. Throwing a noisemaker. This one's going for the noisemaker. This one is just ignoring it altogether. Why are you looking at 59? Oh. Hold on. We know. Actually, that's a Lafayette, isn't it? Or a Ben Franklin? That's not an LA. Look at all those hatches. That's what we're looking for. Let's go hunt us a boomer. Where's that other torpedo at? There. He's still circling around topside. That's not where I want him to go. Report. His speed is still 8 knots, and increasing speed again. He's still about, what, like 12 miles out? It's a bit far. Who's the active one? Don't know. Don't know. It's changing depth slightly. Propulsion reduced to 5 knots. Very, very, very sneaky submarines. There you are again. I wonder if he's coming up. Nope, he's not. He's just changing depth to 280 and holding. Gotta respect these things, because if you don't, and I charge in with a Soviet, they have a pretty damn decent chance to kill me. Because a Mark 48 is better than whatever I have aboard my submarines. He's holding at 280. Torpedo away. We're gonna have to bypass that field of noisemakers first. He's thrown another. Passive contact 7098. That's the noisemaker. There's the submarine, but the noisemaker apparently is more appealing to this AT-2. Unfortunate. Noisemaker ignored. Surely you can't turn that well. My torpedo's not going to arc right down. Crap. Well, at least he's in search mode. Noisemaker deployed. Once again, we've lost the contact. I think by far the safest way of killing this thing is the way that I'm doing it now. Another active buoy. There. If you can make that turn, that is. Nope. This thing is constantly getting distracted by noisemakers. Can't really blame it either. There's the sub. Right there. Come here. So he's right about here. Just follow the path of all the noisemakers. There you were. Heading south. Heading south. I'm very conservative with my torpedoes because I only got 2 left, but I'm going to throw both. Just to maximize my chances of getting a kill. And after that, this thing is going to be able to hunt with, well, sonobuoys, and that's about it. Torpedoes away. Do you have ES? No. You got mad. So I could use you still to fly over things and hope that I can hit them. Noisemaker. Really? Go active. This bastard. He's... what's your speed? You're only running at 10.5? Get over there, a head full. Because he's very distracted. So maybe I can get an opportunity to chase him at least. Well, at least a little bit. Torpedoes are going all over the place. He's searching. He's acquired another noisemaker now. These things are arguably even worse than the Mark 46. At 18 knots, it's going to take me a while to get there. About half an hour. Look at him go. Okay, I guess we'll have to dig him out with a submarine then. Finish him off. He's 11 miles out, which kind of puts him in my range. Unless he turns east or southeast, in which case I will lose him. And if I shoot now, I will also give my position away. Multiple things I don't want to have happen. Problem is, I'm making a lot of noise trying to close the distance. We're very deep. Layer 314. He's above the layer, at least. 10 miles. I don't know if he can still run him at maximum speed. If he can, my test 71s have even less of a chance to catch him. If he cannot run at maximum speed, then maybe there's an opportunity there. Buoys are going to remain active for the next half hour to 45 minutes. That's good. And ideally, I will also pick up any torpedo launch from him using the buoys. That is, if he can still fight. Now aggressively hunting him, I got one test 71, but unfortunately I've lost control of it. So it's only going to activate beyond where the last known position is. That kind of sucks. There's another test 71 on the way and a use at 80 at 48 knots. While the 524 is only doing 5 knots. I'm going to try and keep her somewhat concealed. Though of course, if this submarine figures out, hold on, I'm being shot at, it's pretty easy for them to shoot back along the line of bearing. Because I'm basically advertising, hey, I'm here! And hopefully, they're not going to pay too much attention. Oh, hello. What? What was that? You had more range than that. The hell? Yeah, those are definitely yours. Active buoy above the layer. There. Can I still talk to these? Ooh, Mark 48! It's just that the Mark 48 doesn't seem to have a clue where to go. It's searching. There you are. Can I talk? No, I cannot talk to you. Can I talk to you? Yes. There's your target. Right there. At least this use at 80 is going to activate very close to the submarine. Maybe it'll work. This thing shooting back west? That's weird. Does tell me that the torpedo launchers are still functional. There's another one that's snaking. All the while he still does about 10 to 5 knots, so I assume he's not that healthy when it comes to propulsion. That's good. How are we picking these things up? On a passive sonar. Okay. And again, these things are at 250 feet, and I'm down at 1068. Don't do anything stupid. The only problem is my torpedo is down 1050 and he's at 250. So there's 800 feet and a thermal layer that we need to climb through. Oh, hold on. Maybe we got something. It's changing depth at least. This one is not. Oh, hello. The hunt for the boomer might be complete. I think he's about to run out of options. You can see his towed array there on the right-hand side. Yeah. You have destroyed a nuclear submarine. Victory! The Americans are trying to call the Central Committee. Yeah, after sinking 5 ships, I imagine they would. You can either cease fire or attempt to destroy the last remaining Yankees. The primary objective has been achieved. That was the Madison, the James Madison class. Ballistic missile submarine. Now, I'm going to call that a win. I don't know if there's anything else in the area. Based on the amount of kills I've gotten, I'm assuming there might not be. So I think it's time to just call it a day and continue laying an ambush for any other Yankees which might come close. For now, we have only lost 1 submarine, yet scored quite a few kills. I'm thinking we're going to have a pretty good time drinking some vodka back in Russia. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys soon for more.